Sure. Yes, 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 yes. UNA. Yeah. Halo. 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 Yours truly, Diva. Diva Laree. Representing for the UNA University and UNA Republic for you. Yeah, in the house. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see you. Let's see who's in the house. Freddie is in the house. Saxon is in the house. Pablo in the house. I want you to like and share and follow. And in YouTube, I want you to like and share and subscribe. All right? Let's do this. I'm yours truly, Diva Laree, once again with the UNA University and UNA Republic. Welcome, everybody. All right, let's get into this. What we're talking about today. We're going over what is the federal government? What is it? We need to know what it is. Harlan, hello, my friend. Welcome. Thank you for joining. What is the federal government? What is it? We're going to go over that today because we've got to start recognizing all of these different quote unquote governmental agencies and which ones are quasi, meaning fake, not real, and which ones are there to actually help you and protect you. Okay, so we're going to go into that today. What is the federal government? I want to thank everybody for joining. Sherry, thank you for joining. Tawny, I missed somebody. I missed a couple of people. I want y'all to like and share, and please follow if you're not following. I want to say to all of our followers, and probably Harlan, you're one of them. Thank you so much for following. Thank you for sharing the video and telling people about our channel. Thank you for supporting. We truly appreciate you here at UNA. Harlan, is your hand raised? Or are you just saying hi? What is that? What are you saying? Harlan. All right, so now before I get into this, I want y'all to know we do have our membership packages. All right. Uh, Make sure you get these. See, this is going to be important in what I'm talking about when I go into what is the federal government today. Okay. These are important because there's a jurisdiction right now that you're assumed to be under and is not federal, it's actually the state. And I'm going to go a little bit through the difference because I've talked about this before. But what happens with these documents, this is a trust whereby UNA is recognizing you as your own nation. Well, what happens is that there's a jurisdiction that once you put yourself under trust, that the state does not have jurisdiction over you anymore. That's what this is about. This is taking control of your vessel, taking control of your all capital letter name, taking control of your estate. These are sealed trust documents right here, all right, that come with the membership package. We also have the allodial ID, okay? You get this UNA allodial ID. This deals with your spiritual name. All right, your spiritual name. And also it comes with a UCC code so that you can access the documents that you have put on record with UNA, because UNA has our own public document section. This is a membership badge, okay? A membership badge. And this deals with your corporation name. You use this when agencies are trying to come at you and force you into contracts, okay? So this is a very powerful package. It comes with your federal ID number, okay? So we're going to get into that and go over what these documents are, and we're going to talk about what is the federal government. Hey, Lou, welcome. Welcome, Kano. Welcome, Awesome JD and Rob and everybody else who's coming in the house. Welcome. All right, let's go into this. What is the federal government? Now, I have gone over with you all in previous sessions about the difference between the United States of America, which is a republic, versus the United States Corporation. I need y'all to understand something. The other day, a couple of days ago, a couple of sessions ago, I came in and I was speaking to you all about how these AI programs and all of these other programs, about how they are run by those who are purposely keeping information from you. Once again, these AI programs, and I'm not dissing them or downing them, they have their place, they have the abilities to help enhance businesses. However, I need y'all to recognize that these programs are created and run by those who are specifically attempting to keep you from gaining knowledge of who you are and what's going on in this dimension. Why is that important? One of the things that this AI program, these AI programs, and I've seen them on several different platforms, when you ask about the difference between the United States or the United States Corporation, they put up this thing where they say, well, the United States is a sovereign, blah, 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 and people falsely believe that it is a corporation in Washington, D.C. Okay. But then when you ask this program about what is the Act of 1871, it's going to tell you, oh, well, that was just a contract and a treaty between Britain. No, let's understand this, and I'm going to say this again. It is a contract between Britain and the United States, where the United States made a contract with Britain, and their territory and authority would only be within what we know of as Washington, D.C. But they have created organizations and entities to make the people believe that they have jurisdiction outside of Washington, D.C. When you're talking about the state of Virginia, state of Georgia, state of Texas, state of Tennessee, you're talking about a private corporate entity belonging to Britain that really does not have jurisdiction within America. And I need y'all to understand, and please hear me closely. Washington, D.C. is not a part of America. Well, what you talking about, Diva? Come on now, because it's on the land, it's on the territory. It's what you talking about? Pay attention. Washington, D.C. was established with that Constitution of 1779 or 1789. That's when the first crony for Britain came in, George Washington. And he established Washington, D.C. as a neutral territory, whereby states, the different states, if they had a dispute, they will go to this neutral territory called Washington, D.C., and they will settle that dispute. Well, this British corporation finally set up another corporation inside of there in 1879 called United States. But that had nothing to do with America, and it had nothing to do with the United States of America. There's a difference. If you have not seen that, go and catch my session where I go through the difference between the United States of America versus the United States. We are streaming on YouTube, so you can get our sessions on YouTube under UNA Republic, okay? UNA Republic. So now we're understanding that there is a corporate entity sitting in Washington, D.C., that is private, that has nothing to do with America. When you're talking about voting for a president, you're voting for the president of the United States, this private corporation sitting in Washington. I need y'all to understand something. When you're talking about a true sovereign entity, they don't have a president. Presidents are for corporations and dead fictitious entities. Corporations are for, presidents are for corporations and dead fictitious entities. When you start talking about a sovereign entity, you're talking about a governor. Why is it that your states have a governor, whereas this United States corporation has presidents? Thank you, Smokey. Thank you for the love. Uh, Wendigo says Joe Biden is a dictator. Okay. The problem is that you playing politics, Wendigo. You stop playing politics, you wouldn't care nothing about a Joe Biden. You're not going to care anything about a president of the United States because you're going to understand that it has nothing to do with you. We don't play politics here because we could care less about what they're doing. Why? Because we're not under their jurisdiction. Understand this, what I'm saying. Hello, D. Israel. All right. So let me get back into this. And Stud says AI. Stud, just so you don't, just in case you don't know, AI, it means artificial intelligence. And there are programs and platforms that are running artificial intelligence programs. So I'm making it clear to you all to be careful and do your due diligence when you're dealing with these artificial intelligence programs, because they're going to give you information. And if you're not wise enough to go and look that information up, they're going to tell you things and you're just going to believe it. Don't believe nothing nobody say. Not me, not another computer, not AI, not somebody else who out here talking about they know law. Go look it up for yourself. All right. This is very important. So let me get back on this. We're understanding that when you're talking about the states, and just in case you all don't know, every state is a sovereign entity. Now, I'm not talking about, see, I need y'all to pay attention now. There's a difference between state of Georgia and Georgia Republic. State of anything belongs to the United States Corporation. Georgia Republic is its own country. It's a country. Every state is its own country. Every state in North America is its own country. What does it have to be a country? A flag, a seal, a constitution, a landmass, and a bank. Every state in North America has a flag, a seal, a constitution, a landmass, and a bank. They are sovereign. That's why you hear the governor of Georgia, the governor of Tennessee, governor of whatever. It's a governor because it is a sovereign entity and it is separate from this United States corporation. Let me get into it, because now we've understood and established that there is a sovereign for a republic for the people, and then there's a private entity called United States Corporation. Thank you, Beverly. I appreciate the love. Okay, so now in understanding that and recognizing these two differences, let's get into the federal government and what it is and how it ties in. I need to talk to y'all about, I'm going to talk to y'all about three different governmental agencies. They're really more than three. There's four that we know of. There's federal, city, state, county. I'm going to say them in order. Federal, state, city, county. Now, this is on the public side. On the private side is totally opposite. It's county, city, state, federal. Now, I just want to talk about right now federal, state, and county. When you're in the republic, you're in the private, the county is your biggest ally or one of your biggest allies. Okay? Because this is where we put our documents on record. This is where we create our laws. But I do want to make it clear, you know who the state is. I didn't mean to do that. You know who the state is. The state is dealing with the United States Corporation, and I need you to know they are huge now. They are huge now. Everybody has forgotten how to do business with the federal government. I'm going to get into the federal government, but I need you to understand when I'm talking about state, I'm no longer just talking about Washington, D.C. Thank you, Black Sheep. Thank you so much for the love. I'm not just talking about now the United States Corporation that's sitting within Washington, D.C. But when a company incorporates under Washington, D.C., when you incorporate, you are registering. And those of y'all who don't know, I told y'all need to have paper and pen. If you don't have pen and paper sitting down here in front of me, you're missing out. Write this stuff down because I want you to go and look it up. At the end of the day, I don't want you to be saying you just believe me or what Diva said, because Diva said, because when somebody comes and they try to say negative things about me, I don't want you to defend me. I only need you to defend the facts. Just the facts. That's it. If they talking dirt about me, look, Diva might be whatever you said. However, I know that everything she speaks is on point because I researched it myself. This is not about belief. I know. That's what I need you to. I know. This is the age of knowing right here. So whatever you saying, okay, whatever. But what she said is on point. I know because I researched it for myself. That's when you're doing me a favor. All right. Am I still frozen, Beverly? And tell me what the last thing you heard. All right. Tell me the last thing you heard and I'll go back over. But once again, I'm going to say this. Have a pen and paper when you sit down because I'm ready to go into. Thank you, Harlan. I'm going to go into some things that I want you to take notes on and then be mindful to go and look up the information for yourself. All right, so we're talking about, again, when you have a sovereign entity, it has a governor. And that's telling about when you talk about the United States of America, you got a president. That's for a dead corporate entity. All right. So now let's get into understanding what the federal government is. I was telling you about the state. And I'm going to finish this up. When someone incorporates or registers their business under the United States Corporation, you've given over title to it. You've given over ownership to it to the state, meaning the United States Corporation. And when you do that, that business becomes their territory. I need y'all to understand how they have branched their tentacles out into territories that they have no jurisdiction over. So pay attention. I'm getting ready to say this again. When you incorporate LLC, whatever other business that you do under the even a 501c3, when you do this, you are registering your business under the United States Corporation. When you register your business, you are giving over ownership of it to the United States Corporation. So now that business is the United States Corporation territory. It's not yours. You like, oh, I'm running it, I'm making the money. But no, anytime they feel like they want to step in and take it over, then you have given them permission because you have registered it with them. And in doing so, you have given them another tentacle to reach out and touch all of the people. Okay? It's the same thing when you register your car, when you register your marriage, when you register your house, and you register your business, or anything you're registering. Am I still freezing, y'all? Am I still freezing? Louis, Louis, Louis. That's that Louis luggage. Welcome, Louis. We got the Louis luggage coming out, by the way. I didn't mean to drop that bomb right here because that's a whole nother business. All right. All right. So what I'm saying is anytime you're registering a business or anything, what happens is that product becomes property to the United States Corporation. And you've got to understand this is how they reach their tentacles into all of the United States, all over the place, because everybody has incorporated their property or registered their property with this organization, and they've become huge. Well, you've got to start learning to do business once again with the federal government. That's who is on your side. Thank you, Janita. When you do a trust, that's part of what I'm getting ready to get into. That's why I talked about the trust, and I'm going back into it. All right, so now, and I'm going to get into, you can stop the screen behind you. It's a distraction. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can stop it. I don't have my regular one. Who was that? Kron. Hold on, let me see if I can stop it. All right, how's that, Kron? Let me know. Charnwins. How you get out of that? You're not freezing. Okay, so getting back to this, and I'm going to go over some things. Thank you for your questions. Go ahead and post them in the comment section so that I can get to them before I get out of here. All right, so let's understand what's going on. All right. I'm gonna say this again because I've been freezing up for some people. For you people in YouTube, if I'm not freezing up, good, bear with me. So here's the deal. When you register anything, NHGRB, thank you for the love. When you register anything, then you're giving over ownership of it to whatever entity you registered it under. All right. So in this case, when you're registering your business or what have you, you're putting it up under the United States Corporation. This is how they branch out. Beverly, love you. Thank you. This is how they branch out. And so what you've got to learn how to do is do business with the federal government. Now we get into it, peoples. Get into the good stuff. What is the federal government? Now, you have been made to fear the federal government the whole time. Uh, and the deal is they are the ones who've been working for you. Who's made you fear the federal government? Well, the United States Corporation, with all of their propaganda, with all of their fear. Oh, you gotta pay this and you gotta pay this, or you're going to jail and you don't pay your federal taxes, you're going to jail. It was them who's making you fear. You don't have to contract with them. And I need it to be made perfectly clear. I am not fighting against the corporation known as the United States. They have a reason for being, and I respect their reason for being. Nobody needs to fight you. However, I have the right to not contract with them. And this is one of the things that I'm here to help you understand, that you have the right to not contract with them. And you need to understand who the federal government is and the differences between these two agencies. See, they just all say, oh, government, and y'all be like, oh, the government said. I need y'all to understand. There's more than 4 different governmental agencies. Today, I'm getting on federal in particular and state that I already have talked about. I also told you that when we're dealing in the private, we're dealing our best friend. That's the county. That's who we deal with. And then those of us who might want to walk in the public, then we got to understand who the federal government is. Okay. Now, with the federal government, there are laws that they have and things that they have to do on behalf of the people. I need y'all to understand when we're talking about that estate, that all capital letter straw man name estate, though that is an account that has been provided on behalf of the federal government. So when it's called Social Security, a state social, meaning the things that you need in the public and in everyday life, security, making sure it's secured so you can get to it. Account is what it used to be called, but now they just call it a number so that you don't understand that it has a value. It has a value. Those funds came from the federal government. Your mother is the one who signed and allowed the United States Corporation to draw funds from the federal government on your behalf. Okay? So now, who is the federal government? Now, who they are, they're foreign. They're foreign. But they also have a whole lot of pull. They are darn near invisible. If you don't know what to look for or what's really going on, you're not going to understand the difference between the state versus the federal. You're going to think they're the same thing. You're going to keep thinking you got to go through these people to do something. So I need you to understand, even when it comes to courts, you do not have to go through their courts if you understand how to do business with the federal government. So let me help you understand how this works, because they are powerful. They're powerful and invisible. Let me help you understand what I'm saying. So, for example, when it comes to anything that's supposed to be paid for in this, when you go out here and do business or what have you, there's a federal government that these people fear. Let me say this before I step into that. Okay, before when I first got into this, I was trying to understand what was going on. Who is state? Who is federal? Why? What's the difference? Why is this going on? And I started recognizing that the state or these organizations or corporations, they fear things. They fear them. I've talked to you all about the receipt and how you go to McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever, and they got a sign on the window say, if you didn't get your receipt, please let us know. We're going to give you a free meal. Why? McDonald's giving a free meal? Wendy's giving a free meal? What's going on? Why? Because if they don't give you a receipt, then they could be considered fraudulent or making fraudulent transactions, and that puts them into a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And that tells me they are fearing something. Who you fearing? Why? It's just a receipt. Is huge. So I need y'all to pay attention and understand that there is somebody who these people fear. And whoever they are, you want to be on their side. So pay attention. when you're not supposed to be paying for anything. But the thing about federal government, they cannot step up and help you unless you ask. And the problem is we don't even know to ask. But they can't step up and help you. They have to stand back. They have to be hands off. So here is this United States corporation running what we call a muck, and the people are getting stepped on. But there's not really a lot that the federal government can do until you speak up and say, hey, I need this assistance. But you got to know who to go to, when to go to, and how to go to them. Okay. So I'm going to tell you some things that are federal. We've told you about stamps. I've told you about stamps and how this United States corporation, they have an MO. I'm going to go over this again today, and then hopefully I have time to get through everything. But they have an MO. What they do is they set up some kind of entity right next to the real entity, and they call it something similar to the real entity, and then the people are clueless about which is which. Prime example, United States versus the United States of America. This is the fake and this is the real. This is the federal government and this is the fake corporation that has established itself in Washington, D.C. The fake versus the real. And if you don't know what's what, if you listen to an AI program, it's going to tell you, oh, they're all the same thing. No, they're not. And if you don't know the difference, then you're going to keep being stuck under this entity because you're going to keep contracting with them and not knowing how to get out of it. Here's another example right here. These are stamps. Now, I'm letting you know, the people that work at the post office don't know a darn thing about what I'm telling you about. They're going to tell you, I've been working here for 25 years. I ain't never heard it. Because what you think, that you think your oppressor is going to teach you what's real? No, they don't know what I know. They don't know what you know now that I'm telling you. And most of them don't want to know because they like the paycheck. So they're okay with being ignorant. But if you don't like being ignorant and you're tired of getting walked on, pay attention. These are two stamps. They are not the same animal. They're going to tell you they're the same, but they're not the same animal. This is a forever stamp. This belongs to the fake. It is an instrument that is with the fake. This is a regular stamp. It's got a price on it. Well, what's the difference, Diva? Let me tell y'all something. These stamps are so powerful. They get somebody out of jail. These stamps are so powerful. That's why they don't want inmates to have stamps. Let me tell you how these stamps work. I had love notes. I was living in Mexico, and I wanted to send some love notes back to the United States. All right, this is a currency for UNA. And so they tell me when I go to all these shipping companies to ship something back into the United States, they tell me, oh, well, that's going to be stopped at the border. You can't send that. No, we can't. No, we're not allowed. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a currency. This is not money. Well, it looks like money, and so it's going to be stopped at the border. So you know what I did? I went to the regular post office. Now, the thing about shipping with the other companies, it's faster and it's far more expensive. But when I went to the post office, you know what I told them to do? I said, put stamps on it. They were trying to give me a metered mail. This one doesn't have a metered mail. They were trying to give me a metered mail. I was like, no, no, sir. I need stamps. And I need y'all to understand that when you go to the post office, they are by law required to have stamps. By law. Now, y'all got to force them into it because some of these people at these post offices, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Stamps are a federal product. By law, these post offices, they are supposed to have stamps. I said put stamps on this. Why? And I ain't talking about no forever stamp. And it doesn't matter what country the stamps come from. As long as they're federal stamps, they got a number on it, a price on it. Because when they put stamps on this thing, nobody or their mama better open this package. I don't care what they think is in it. I don't care if they scan it and they see whatever they think they see in it. It doesn't matter. They better put that darn package in the mail and it better get to whoever's name is on this package or somebody's going to prison. That's how powerful these stamps are. Nobody has the right to tamper with a package that has a stamp on it because it becomes a federal offense. And see, this is why they get these metered mails. See, what y'all not understanding, metered mail is not federal. See, the federal government protects your rights to privacy with this little instrument right here. Very powerful. With this little instrument right here, the federal government protects your privacy right here. But if you don't know the difference and you think this is, oh, this is federal, and you think this little meter mail label is federal, then they're going to open your package and they're going to do whatever they feel like they want to do because it's under their jurisdiction. This federal instrument takes it off from under their jurisdiction, meaning they can't touch it. You better do what I said to do with this package, deliver it to here without it being open right away, or somebody's going to prison. That's how important federal is. Federal protects your rights to privacy. These labels here are federal instruments. I do not want y'all to confuse them. Let me show you. Do not confuse this with a registered mail label. They're not the same animal. This is federal. This is a United States corporation product. I need y'all to understand the difference. This thing right here, the postmaster, who is a federal agent, has to get involved. She got to touch this package. Whoever the postmaster is, they got to touch this package. They got to make sure that, okay, this thing is intact and it's going to where it's supposed to go. Postmaster is involved right here. This right here, this is not the same animal. This is the fake. This forever stamp. This is the fake. These are the federal. You got to know the difference. Why? Because when you start contracting through the mail, it's going through a federal jurisdiction and it becomes protected. This right here is how you create your trust. You send it through the mail using a registered mail label, federal instrument, using stamps, a federal instrument. This puts your trust under federal jurisdiction. Now, this means that the United States corporation does not have authority over anything concerning this trust. I hope y'all following me. Because I got more. Thank y'all for joining and sharing and liking and loving it. Jack says, wow. What you wowing about, Jack? Do I shut down and restructure with? Beverly, we would have to, if you want a consultation, I'd be glad to do a consultation. Leave a message. There's not a free consultation now, but I need you to understand what you might have something already in order that we just need to tweak a little bit of things and then get it off so that you can establish your sovereignty. All right, so it might not be that you have to do a whole lot. You might not have to totally restructure. We'd have to see what you're working with. James says, I remember you. All right, James, welcome. Somebody asked a question up here that I want to get to. Don't know who to ask. James says, I don't know who to ask. What are you asking about, James? And I'm going to get into some other federal instruments that you need to be aware of and how the federal government will protect you. That's what I'm talking about. What is the federal government and how you can use the federal government to protect you? All right. Black Sheep says, I understand that. All right, Black Sheep. Let's see. Somebody asked a question up here that I want to get into. And thank you all for the roses and the love. I really do appreciate you so much. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find this question. How you get out of that? Henry, do me a favor and, expound. How do I get out of what exactly? Now, Jeanetta says, what about when you do a trust? Okay, so let's get into this real quick, and I'm going to get back on these federal instruments. All right, when you do a trust, this is a trust that comes with the membership package, okay? When you do a trust, this takes you out of the jurisdiction of the U.S. corporation. Meaning, when you're talking about a cop, when you're talking about Georgia State Patrol, when you're talking about all these other things, this right here takes you out of that jurisdiction and puts you really, you're under a sovereign jurisdiction. But when you send it through the mail, like this, when you put it on public record and then you put that in the mail like this with these federal instruments right here, this becomes under federal jurisdiction and is federally protected. And again, I say to you, these people fear federal. They obey it. They respect it. And I'm getting ready to show you some other ways that they respect federal and sovereignty. Okay? They respect the fact that they don't have jurisdiction over something. This is why you want to start claiming your jurisdiction. Thank you, user, for the love. This is a trust. It comes with sealed documents. This is a part of the UNA membership package. All right. This trust is powerful. This is where UNA is recognizing you as a sovereign. That's why we put our seal on it. Your declaration, UCC security agreement, they are sealed. It comes with your allodial ID, with your ability to access your documents quickly by scanning this QR code on the back. It comes with your membership badge, which has a QR code that shows you as a standing member. Those are $179. You can get them by going to UNA Republic, unarepublic.com/M for membership. So it's capital M, lowercase EMBERSHIP. So unarepublic.com/membership with a capital M. Okay. So you can get those. They're $179, and we provide that membership package so that you can get yourself to the point where you are declaring your sovereignty. Now, we also encourage you to come into the university. We encourage you for the simple fact that this is like having this. Let me tell you something. These are weapons. These are weapons and tools. But if you don't know how to use these tools and weapons, it's like you having a big bazooka and a bear comes at you and you don't know how to take the safety off. It's not going to do you any good if you don't know how to wield it. This is a powerful package, but you have to know how to wield it. Otherwise, no, it can't work for you. All right. Let's see if I have any other questions, and I'm going to continue on. Johnny says, I'm there, Queen. All right, Johnny, let's do this. Dale says, express trust. What about an express trust? Expound on that. Beverly says, I did register. So much happened. I need to see what's up. Well, again, Beverly, let's have a consultation. Leave a message and a number in the inbox, and I will definitely be glad to go over what you have. And let's see if we can get you up and running real quick. MSM says, oh, okay. So now let's get back into this. What kind of trust is it? Okay, thank you for that question, Tiffany. It is a standard trust. All right, let me say something to you. You've heard about revocable trust, irrevocable trust, this kind of trust, that kind of trust. We do standard trust, whereby if you decide you don't want this trust anymore, you can change it. We do not do trust whereby you can't change it. As the creator of this trust, you have the right and authority to change it. See, that'll be the state telling you to create an irrevocable trust over something that they want to be able to control. Whether they want to be able to control the funds or control this, and you can't do that because you don't want. No, if I created it, I can change it. That's what kind of trust it is. Your trust that you have the power and authority and ability to change at will. All right. Let me see if I have any other questions. Trust is supreme. Thank you for that, Mitchell. Trust is absolutely supreme. I want to go into a couple of things before I get into other ways that you can see the federal government working. Some people will ask, well, why can this company get away with not paying taxes? And this company can do this, and this company. Okay. Trust. Trust. Knowing this gets you off from under their authority. And I need y'all to understand all these courts. I don't care if it's district court, Supreme Court, they're all under the United States Corporation. None of them are federal. None of them are true courts. Does it have provisions for each state? Hey, Tiffany, thank you for the question. When you put a document on public record for yourself, it has to be respected by every corporation on the planet. Every corporation on the planet. Now, you are welcome to put your documents on record with each and every state if you desire. However, when you put it on record with one county, it has to be respected. Now, if you're living in a state like you put it on in Florida and you move to Tennessee, then it's advised that you put Tennessee on notice. However, if it's on record in Florida, then it's got to be respected by everybody. All right. So, getting back to this, when you are uh, putting your documents on record, okay, once again, yes, they do have to be respected by everybody on the planet, not just North America, not just in Alabama, not just in this state of, no, everybody, everybody. I hope that's clear. Now, I got to get back to this. Okay, getting into I was talking about. Let me just go ahead and get into this because I'll come back to whatever I was talking about. I want to talk about some other instruments that are available to you for free, for free, that you're not told about. So let's understand when a cop pulls you over, he's pulling you over because you have registered your car. How does he know you have registered your car? Because you're flying a flag, or I mean a tag, but it's a flag on the back of your car that says this vehicle belongs to the United States Corporation. You're flying a flag that you think is a tag, which is really a flag saying that your vehicle is property of the United States Corporation. Now, how do we clear that up? Because there's a federal instrument that allows you to clear that up for free. It's called a vanity tag. Some of us know of it as a vanity tag. Okay. And yes, you're gonna put your vehicle under trust. See, look, when my students come into the school, they're gonna learn how to do this not only for themselves, they're gonna learn how to do this for their car, their house, their child, their business, the marriage, and everything else. A Trust. You're creating a trust, a contract. You're putting everything under contract. You're saying, this belongs to me. You're going to learn how to do that. Yeah, you're going to put your car under trust. But you're also going to learn how to get a federal instrument that some of us call a vanity tag. When you get this number, then you have the ability to create your own tag. 1 second. United Nations from America. You can put private up here, and you can put the number here. But what we do now is we're going to put our nation's seal or logo here, and we're going to put the number big so that when they see it, they can run it. They know now that this is under federal jurisdiction. And once again, this number is free. Not 1 penny for it. Coming from the federal government. And when the agents see it, I don't care if you're talking about the city of Atlanta police or the state of Georgia police or the Georgia patrol or anything like that, when they see this federal number under a federal jurisdiction on your vehicle, they're going to know not to pull it over. Why? Because it is not under their jurisdiction. We're going to learn the difference between federal versus state so that we're not continuing to contract with people who are trying to run us over. The question is, how much are the trusts? Trusts are 179. If you're talking about the tags, I don't know what you're talking about, the tags, you got to come into the university because we do that with our advanced students. We're not doing that with just open session, okay? We don't do those with open session. That's advanced information. Hey, Richard, I've been great. How you been? Thank y'all for joining. I see I keep freezing. Some people saying I keep freezing. My people in YouTube, I love you. Welcome. So we're just going into the topic for today is, what is the federal government? Am I still breaking up? Okay, I had a few people over here, YouTube, telling me I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up over there on YouTube? Or is it just on TikTok? Hey, Kimbo, Kimbo. All right, am I still breaking up or can you all hear me now? Somebody tell me where I left off. Tell me what's the last thing you heard so I can know where to pick up. Come on now. YouTube is better. I like YouTube too, but y'all not paying me no attention. Y'all not showing me love on YouTube. Well, you are, Lewis. I'm gonna have to give you a gift, Lewis, because you paying me attention. So thank you. I got about 7,000 people over here showing me love on TikTok. So TikTok. Where did I leave off? Oh, vintage numbers. Okay. So when you get your number from the federal government, and once again, those numbers are free. And you now can go and get your tag with your number on it. And when you're riding your flag with your seal and your nation flag on it, they know not to pull you over. They know not to pull you over. Also, we use our federal ID numbers on our allodial IDs. Okay. This will have your federal ID number on it. So I'm saying to you that, you know, there is a lot of ways that you can deal with not having to do business with the state. Okay, does anybody, if you have any questions, I want you to put them in the comment section. Sun Goddess said I moved over to YouTube. All right, Sun Goddess, welcome to YouTube. Did you like and share and subscribe? Did you do it? Go ahead, do it. Where do we get it from? Secretary of the State. Okay, and I want y'all to pay attention to this question. Thank you for that question, Jackie Mack. All right, Secretary of State. Who is that dealing with? I just told you about the four governmental agencies: federal, state, city, county. You getting it from the state. Who you dealing with? You're dealing with the fake Washington, the corporation in Washington D.C. You're gonna get it from the federal side, and we deal with that in our advanced classes. Y'all have to come into the university. See, when y'all come in, y'all like, how we doing, people? What the money at, people? I want these tags, and I want to get my student loans taken care of. I want to get out of this house loan. I want to get rid of the car loan. I want to get rid of my credit card bill. Okay, you want to do all those things, and you want me to tell it to you in 20 minutes that I'm talking to you on the phone. That's not how that works. Because you got to know the true knowledge. Because when you start doing this, you got to understand it's not like they're not going to come at you. Oh, they're going to come at you. And they're going to try to put you on a contract. And if you quaking in your boots, then you're not going to know what to do. But when you know who you are, they cannot touch you. They can't. And you're going to know how to stand. So this is why you need to come into the school. But I tell y'all, I give y'all a remedy all the time about how to put yourself under trust, how to protect yourself. But y'all got to come into the university so you can learn to protect everything, and learn how to deal with the federal side. Listen, look, if you don't come to my school, I'm fine. Go to somebody's school though, because some of y'all are trying to like, I'm supposed to get it for free. I need you to understand something. You can learn this. It's not going to be free. I don't care if you pay somebody or you don't pay somebody. Even if you don't pay somebody, you got to pay attention. You got to do your research. That is payment. Believe that. And if you don't have somebody who can show you direct, focused information, instead of you getting it within 3 months, it's going to take you 3 years. If you get it then, because you're going to be all over the place with, well, this one said this and this one said this. And here's the issue. It's not that they're wrong, or some of them might be giving false information. But the problem is that they're using different information, or they're using different words and terminology. And this one, they might be saying the same thing, but you don't get it because you don't know the different terminology they're using. You need to get with somebody who can help you. Is it worth your time to get all this stuff off of your back within 6 months to a year, as opposed to being stressed out and trying to figure it out on your own for 3, 4, 5 years? Listen, if you're talking about, oh, I want to deal with my house note on my car note. Oh, I want to sue this one because he did this to me and I want to do that. Listen, you paid to get yourself in debt. You paid for that student loan. You paid for that house. You paid for that car note. And now you think you're supposed to get out of it free. That's not how it works. And I'm letting you know, you're going to pay. Whether you pay attention, you pay with your blood, sweat, and tears, or you pay with your Federal Reserve notes, you got to pay. How you pay is up to you. If you want things done in a certain amount of time, you got to understand that your time is more valuable than sitting up here 3, 4 years stressing out about something when you can get it taken care of, when you can find somebody, whether it be me or somebody else who can really help you to get it taken care of. Your time is more valuable. Be willing to pay your Federal Reserve notes as opposed to spending all this time trying to figure it out. Your time is more valuable. If you don't get it from me, get it somewhere. All right, let me get back on this now. I just talked to you about the tags. Our topic for today is, what is the federal government? Just helped you to understand that there is a free solution for you to be from up under the corporation known as United States, which operates in Washington, D.C. Okay? They're tags or flags. Get your own flag. Now, I want to get into the last one and then I'm going to get up out of here. I want y'all to ask me questions. How much for what, Sky? How much for what? How we go to the university? If you want to join the university or enroll in the university, I want you to go and leave me a message, because we are actually, thank y'all for the questions. We're enrolling for the university on the 16th of July. That's our summer season, okay? We got 3 wonderful classes. I'm excited about it. We've got contract writing, all right? We're going through showing you how to write a contract, to sue somebody, to get funds back, any of that stuff. You need to learn how to write a contract. Power of the pen is the name of it. POP, power of the pen. Because you've got to learn how to use that pen. That is where all of your power comes from. And when you learn how to write a contract, people going to talk to you different. They're going to look at you differently. All right? The other class, history, what you never learned. We're going into these esoteric information that has been hidden from us, where people are making other people seem like they are something that they're not, when they're telling you that all so-called black people came over here as slaves. We got to go into this. We're going deep into it, and we got receipts, baby. So if you was ever in school and they were teaching you history, you were like, "That's some BS. It doesn't make sense," because it wasn't true. It didn't make sense because it wasn't true. We're going into the truth about what really happened, and I got receipts. Our other class is called Purity of the Vessel. Mind, body, and spirit cleansing. That's going to be a beautiful class. It's one of our newer classes where we're showing you how to cleanse these energies from your spiritual essence. How to, what's going on with the foods. Now, we don't tell you how to eat. We just tell you what it's going to do to you. All right, if you're eating this, if you're eating that, what does it do to your vessel? What does it do to your vessel when you're listening to certain types of music, when you're saying certain types of things? What does it do to you? And understanding what to do so you can start walking in more harmony, all right? Walking in more peace, creating and developing the third dimension that you want to see by cleaning your vessel. All right, so let me get back into it. Does anybody, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. So if you want to enroll in the university, you're welcome to go to unauniversity.com. And also for my people, Wallace, hello Wallace. I never knew any of this. Whoa, Wallace says, I'm listening and learning. Thank you. All right, Wallace, you better have a pen and paper. You got a pen and paper, Wallace. Get one, because I'm going to go into something else. Do you have any questions? Cost of the university. Give me, leave me a message. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Good, because I'm going to tell y'all, because if y'all are not serious, I don't want you leaving me a message. All right. So let me go into this and then I'm going to finish up and get out of here. The university, what we work on is seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. All right. Every season we have 8 weeks of sessions. They are 2 hours. We have 3 sessions a week. And we want you to be there, because you're getting graded. You're getting tests. You're getting homework. This is a real university. It ain't no joke. I want y'all to understand that. So when you coming to the university, there are 3 sessions, and they are 8 weeks in each season. So summer starts on of the 16th of July, and it goes for 8 weeks. Okay, so our seasons are $5,000 per season. That's right, I said it, $5,000 per season. However, we do have what we call a financing program. In this financing program, you are going to be responsible for paying $333.33 a month. All right, $333.33 a month. You pay that for 6 months because you got to enroll for 6 months if you're on the financing program. And then you're going to sign over a financial instrument to UNA as a gift to pay for your enrollment. So the only thing you have to pay for at the end of that 6 month period would be $2,000. But it's $333.33 per month. And then you're signing over a promissory note to pay for the whole 2 seasons. All right. That is simple. We're making it easy for you to get into the university because we want you in there. All right, now let's go into this. The last thing that I wanted to go into is how other things that the federal government can help to protect you on. All right, I told you about these courts and what they really are. All right, these courts are not truly courts, especially if you're talking about a traffic court, a tax court, any kind of municipal court. They're not real courts. They're not. They belong to the United States corporation. But Diva, we need to go in the court because when we have to fight for something, then how we gonna fight? Where we going? You have to understand that you are the court. You need to understand that you write laws. You are the creator of laws. These corporations can't even create laws, but you can when you learn how to write. That's why you need to have contract writing. When you learn how to write, you are the one who creates the laws. They can't create laws. You can create your own court. If they can create a court, how you tell me I gave them power to create something, but I can't give myself power to create it for myself? Oh, yes, I can. And we show you how to use these federal laws or federal codes to your advantage. And this includes when you're dealing with creating your own court. I mentioned 4 different governmental agencies: federal, state, city, county. This right here, y'all ever heard about somebody putting a lien on something and they take it to the state? This is not a lien. You take it to the state, that's a notice of a lien. But the real lien is when you put it with the county. You put that sucker on record with the county, that is the real lien. And when you create a law or a court and you put it on record right here with the county, oh, that thing is real. That thing is on record. That thing has power. You got to understand how to write and put things on record, because when you put it on record, can't nobody or their mama's uncle, daddy, sister, cousin, brother remove it without there being some kind of prison penalty. Prison. I'm talking about federal prison penalty for removing any kind of document that has been put on public record. User Josham, go ahead and ask your question. Ask your question. So, knowing how to write contracts and create laws and put them on record and make them stand, there is a remedy for you without having to go through their courts. There is a remedy for you when you learn how to write without having to go through their courts. If they can create a court, you can create a court. And you don't have to have no physical court either. You can have a court. If you want to have a physical court, have it on Zoom. That's court. I'm letting you know that the powers are there in your hands when you learn how to wield your pen. When you learn how to wield your pen, you can open up doors that were closed to you before. Don't be complaining about, oh, they don't like me because I'm black. They be trying to down everybody. They be trying to. If you ignorant of the law, there is no excuse. If you want to learn it, that's why we got the university. Again, if you don't get help from here, find somebody to help you. Because you've got to understand what these laws are, and you're not going to get it in 10, 20 minutes. You're not going to get it in this 30-second video. There are things that I can't tell you on here that I have to do in my private sessions. And there are things that you have to go through before I'm going to trust you with certain information. Because some of y'all dangerous. I'm just being real. Some of y'all are dangerous. And there's some information I'm not giving you until I know that you're going to be responsible with all of these powers that come with knowing this information. It's very powerful. But I tell you once again, this trust here, this is where you got to start. I don't care what you're doing in this game. You want to start with this trust for your personal vessel, for your personal all capital letter name. Start with the trust. And we do provide you a trust with your membership package for UNA. So if you want to get a UNA membership package, once again, I told you, go to unarepublic.com/membership with a capital M. unarepublic.com/membership with a capital M. It comes with your trust package, your sealed declaration, UCC, and security agreement. It comes with your allodial ID that has your photo and your spiritual name on it. Also, you have access to all of the documents that we put on record, on our county record with UNA. You can access that quickly with this QR code. We also have a membership badge. Okay, this makes it easy access for you to show that you're a standing member of UNA. All right, these are very powerful tools. You got to know how to use them. Michael says respect. Thank you, Michael. Much love. King. Hey, King. Let's see who else in the house. B16 and Kelly and Mike. And thank y'all for liking and sharing. And user says, can I ask you? Yeah, ask me. I'm listening. Henry says, damn. Damn what? Doesn't court start in the mail? Where's Sun Goddess? Give me a hug, Sun Goddess. Come on, give me a hug. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes, it starts in the mail. That's where court starts. So when you put a document in the mail and you're sending it off with one of these federal instruments, this is your court right here. This is a trust, but a trust is a court of law. When you send a notice to, let's say, your mortgage company, for whatever reason, that is a court of law. And when they send a document to you in the mail, that's a court of law. That's court. Y'all thinking court is a physical location. You all are thinking court is a physical location. Look, here's court right here. What is a court? See, here, let's go into it. Basketball court, football, even though they call it a field, it's a court. Uh, what other courts? Like a baseball diamond. I want y'all to tell me what these things have in common. Tennis court, racquetball courts, whatever courts they play on, court of law, they're all square. Square. They got corners on them. Courts. This is a court right here. This is a security agreement. It's a court of law. Just like basketball courts, they got laws or rules. Tennis courts, football courts, baseball courts or diamond, they got rules. It's a square thing, a square, whatever it is, with some rules associated to that court. That's what it is. So this is your court of law. This is your court. And when you put it in the mail, you are conducting court right there. Thank you, Sun Goddess. Sun Goddess says, I'm joining your course expeditiously. Leave me a message. Go to UNA University.com and leave me a message. Yes, the four corner rule. Oh, you ready? Sun Goddess is ready. Thank you, Sun Goddess. The four corner rule. For those of y'all who might not be familiar with the four corner rule, it deals with anything that's within a box. It doesn't exist on the page. So it's a little bit different than what I'm talking about with respect to a court. But when she says the four corner rule, what she's talking about is the fact that, like, let's say you sign something and then you put a box around your signature, then that signature really does not exist on that page. Now, I'm going to get out of here. I'm getting ready to get out of here. I want y'all to know I love you. Thank y'all, people in YouTube and my people in TikTok. I really do love you all. Thank you for joining. Go if you want to get the membership package, make sure you go to unarepublic.com/membership. Okay, unarepublic.com/membership, and you can get the trust package along with the allodial ID and the membership package. I'm gonna get out of here. Anybody have any questions before I go? Where are you sending it to when you put it in the court? We point of view, West point of view, West. You gotta understand when you're contracting with the court, we're talking about contracting between two people or two entities. So it depends on where you what the court is. So I think you might be not understanding what we're talking about. That's why we want you to join the university so you can get more knowledge on what we're talking about. Thank you, love. Thank you, King. Thank you, Jabber and Johnny. Thank you. Let's see. Jelly says thank you. Thank y'all for the love. My dog days. Halo. Welcome and thank you for the love. Okay, so now I'm gonna get out of here since y'all not asking no questions. Let me make sure. Thank you, awesome. Yes, you are awesome. You are your name. Jesus got my back. I like it. They were answering to me. They were like tennis court. What else somebody said? Courtroom. All right. Thank you, Harlan. Harlan says, great session. I sure do appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I want y'all to know I love you, okay? I love you. I love you. I love you. And, you know, we're going to talk some more about the spiritual laws. We're going to talk some more about how to stay intact spiritually so you can start manifesting in your third dimension. I hope you got something from this today. Our session, for those who just came in last minute, y'all late. Let me see what is today. I think I'll be in tomorrow at 7. I hope I'll be in tomorrow at 7. Uh, if not, then I'll be back Friday. All right, so listen, I want y'all to know I love you. I thank you. I really do appreciate you. We talked today. We talked today about who is the federal government and how you use the federal government to protect you. All right. There is somebody. Let me say this before I get out of here. I need y'all to understand. If you're seeing a whole bunch of evil, quote unquote evil, because, you know, a lot of us see the quote unquote government as evil. I need y'all to understand There's always another side. It can't just all be one way where, oh, these people are evil and everything is evil, because they would have devoured us by now. They wouldn't go by rules. And they go by rules and they fear somebody. So if it was that situation where it was just all one way, we would have been gone by now. We would have been devoured. Everything would have shut down. I'm letting you know there's somebody behind the scenes working for you. They can't step up until you know law and are willing to ask for the help. But the only way you can ask is if you know what to ask for. All right? That's what I'm here to talk to you about. Okay? If you want to join the university, please send a message. We start up on the 16th of July. I would love to have you in the sessions. Okay, we try to make it as easy as we can to get you in there. So find a way. All right, learn to manifest and get up in that class so we can get you the information you need. Okay, I want y'all to know I love you. I love you, and I love you, and I love. Give me a hug. Come on, come on in here. Give me a. I love you. All right. Yes. Bye bye. I'm gonna see y'all hopefully tomorrow. I'm out. Bye.